Alright, let's dive into this because it's one of those stories that, on the surface, seems like just another football match recap, but personally, I think there's a lot more going on here. So, Manchester United drew 1-1 with PSG in a friendly, which, sure, is a decent result against the European champions. But here's the thing, what's actually grabbing everyone's attention is Mason Mount's injury. And honestly, this feels like a bigger deal than just a player getting hurt. First off, Mount's injury isn't just bad luck, it's part of a pattern. Since joining United from Chelsea in 2023, he's been plagued by injuries, and this latest one comes after less than 20 minutes on the pitch. What makes this really interesting is how it ties into the broader narrative of his time at Old Trafford. Mount's only managed 54 league appearances in 3 seasons, many as a sub. From my perspective, this raises a deeper question: is he just injury-prone, or is there something systemic going on at United? I mean, it's not like he was injury-prone at Chelsea, right? So what's changed? Now, let's talk about the match itself. United went 1-0 down early, and while they equalized through Bryan Mbeumo, the game wasn't exactly a highlight reel. But here's where it gets fascinating. Michael Carrick seemed pretty chill about it. He said, "I enjoyed it," and talked about how the team had to problem solve. Personally, I think this is Carrick trying to spin a narrative of resilience, but it also feels like he's acknowledging that United aren't quite there yet. I mean, they're missing chances, their goalkeeper's getting injured, it's not exactly a confidence booster. One thing that immediately stands out is the contrast between United's performance and PSG's. Even without their star players, PSG managed to keep United at bay for most of the game. What this really suggests is that United still have a long way to go if they want to compete at the highest level. And let's not forget the Matvei Safonov incident. The guy clattered into Joshua Zirkzee and got away with it. In my opinion, that's the kind of thing that would have been penalized in a real match, and it shows how friendlies can sometimes lack the intensity that prepares teams for the real deal. What many people don't realize is that these friendlies are more than just warm-up games. They're a chance for managers to test tactics, for players to prove themselves, and for fans to get a glimpse of what's to come. Carrick's comments about good signs and problem-solving feel like he's trying to focus on the positives, but if you take a step back and think about it, United's preseason hasn't exactly been smooth. Injuries, missed chances, and a lack of consistency, it's all there. And with the Premier League season kicking off soon, this isn't the kind of momentum you want. A detail I find fascinating is the partnership between Bruno Fernandes and Youri Tielemans. Carrick called it encouraging, and honestly, I'm intrigued too. If these two can click, it could be a game-changer for United's midfield. But here's the thing, it's still a big if. Chemistry takes time, and with Mount out, the pressure's on them to deliver. What this really suggests is that United's success this season might hinge on how quickly their new and existing players can gel. So, where does this leave us? United's got 2 more friendlies before the season starts, and honestly, I'm not sure how much they'll be able to fix in that time. Mount's injury feels like a symptom of a larger issue, whether it's fitness, tactics, or just bad luck, it's something they need to address. Personally, I think this season could go one of 2 ways for United: either they figure it out and become a force, or they stumble and end up in the same old cycle of inconsistency. What do you guys think? Is this just a rough patch, or is there something deeper going on? Let me know in the comments, I'd love to hear your take.